Not just any old grilled beef skewers, these are like so jam-packed full of flavor and they're super tender. I'm going to show you all the tricks for getting the most amazing Korean style beef skewers. Okay, so you know what I hate? It's those beef skewers that you get, you know the ones, they're like really tough, hard little blocks of beef on a skewer and they're just impossible to eat. No one wants to eat those. Okay, so we're not making those today. We're gonna make the most tender, the most flavorful Korean style beef skewers you've ever had. That I've ever had, I think. All right, so let's start with the marinade first. And I'm gonna start with a Korean chili paste. It's called gochujang. It's very widely available now in a lot of supermarkets, or find it in your Asian grocer as well. It's a fermented chili paste. It has a really great deep, almost like a smoky dried chili flavor. And it adds a whole bunch of umami and all that great stuff. So we want a good spoonful of that, and to that I'm going to add some soy sauce. I want some honey as well, some sesame oil, and then now we're going to go in with some aromatics. I want some ginger and some garlic as well, and some finely chopped spring onion too. Now just whisk all of that together, and I love the bright red color of this marinade as well. Okay, so let's talk about our beef, and I'm using what's called, in most parts of the world, rump steak. In the US, you call this sirloin. Basically, you're looking for this piece of meat. It kind of has a few different muscles here, and it is a kind of cut that has a really good beefy flavor, but you want to be careful with the way you prepare it and cook it because it can get a little tough. So what we want to do is slice at a 45-degree angle so that we're getting wide, thin strips. And this sort of like breaks down or cuts the fibers in a way that keeps it really tender. And the other great thing is that this cut is generally a lot cheaper than your prime like tenderloin or ribeye cuts. So it's a better value proposition for a family dinner. Okay, so see how thin those strips of beef are. We've got nice wide pieces. All right, they go into our marinade. And now the only way to do this properly is with your hands, I think. So get in there and mix all of that around. Make sure each little strip of beef is getting its own little bit of love from that marinade. Okay, now I've had some bamboo skewers just soaking in some water. This just helps them not to burn when I put them on the grill. And I just want to you want to thread the beef on in sort of like a concertina kind of pattern. So 1 or 2 strips per skewer is good. Okay, so these are looking good. I'm not going to waste any of that marinade. I'll just scoop it up and just spread it out here on those skewers. Okay, so you can leave these guys to marinate for like a day or a couple of hours, but I'm just going to leave them for a few minutes while I make a little dipping sauce, and I promise the flavor will still be amazing. Now for our dipping sauce, we're going to start off with a little bit of miso paste and another good whack of our gochujang chili paste. Again, a little touch of sweetness with some honey and some sesame oil, sesame seeds, and some spring onion. I'm just going to mix this and just have a look at the texture. Yeah, so this is looking quite thick and pasty. I kind of want it a little bit looser, so I'm going to add a little bit of water. Okay, so that's looking better. That's the kind of texture we want. I love the big hit of sesame you get with this. A little bit of sweetness, a little bit of spicy. I'm going to add a little bit of salt as well though. And then just to kick things up a notch even further, I'm going to add some grated garlic. Now you are going to be eating this raw, so if you're not a raw garlic kind of person, leave it out. But I like to have all the flavor, so I'm good with the garlic. Now just tip that out into a little serving dish. Now you can do this in an outdoor barbecue grill or just pan fry these. I've just got a nice little cast iron grill here. Get these straight on. Whatever kind of pan you're using, what you want to do is make sure it's really hot. You want to hear that sizzle as soon as the steaks go down. So it's been 2 or 3 minutes, and what I want to see is some really beautiful charry color on each of these skewers. Perfect. Now another couple of minutes on this side is all they need, and I'm going to get them straight up. I wish you guys could smell these. It's incredible. And now you can see that I'm all prepared here. I've got some kimchi, I've got some beautiful fresh green leaves that I'm going to wrap up that beef in, and some Thai basil leaves as well, just for a bit of extra herbiness. Now the way you want to work this is you want to get yourself a nice little crispy lettuce leaf. I like to pick off some of the basil and then take one of your beef skewers, dunk it in that dipping sauce. And now just push that beef off onto your leaf. A little bit of kimchi, a little bit more sauce maybe. You can always have more sauce. And then wrap it all up. This is such a huge explosion of flavor. And that beef is so tender, so good. Can't wait for you guys to try this one. If you've got any comments or questions, pop them below. And if you enjoyed the video, why not hit that subscribe button plus the little bell one, and that way you'll get notified every time I release a new video. Thanks guys.